All right. Away we go. There we go. All right, you guys all got us? Sweet. We're good. Welcome y'all. Griffin Shannon, Master Agency Call. Fired up to have you on. Welcome. Joel, you want to kick us off with the March leaderboards here, my man?
Sure. Okay. So starting off, top 10 APV for the month of March. We're looking at Jeff W, 11,000.9 for the month. Melissa K, 12.1. Tina M, 12.7. Zana J, 12.8. Jennifer J, 12.8. Rich O, 21.0, or just 21, basically. Courtney Wallace, 21.2. Daryl Lewis, 21.8. Jennifer P, 22.4. And then Megan with 45K in the month of March.
That is some awesome stuff. So way to go, y'all. Fired up. A lot of you guys already ripping up their leaderboards. We had a big, I don't know if it was our biggest ever, but it might be. Our weekend warriors out there going and making some major stuff happen. So new writers: Amy Pearson, Mindy Stoneham, Andrea Butler, Kendall Gregory, Paul Sa, Ralph Hart, Felicia Colehep, Nick Montour, Asia Gardner, Jessica Folds, Eric Shaw, Casey Lashley, Mackenzie Schneider, Jesse Foote, Denise Monlock, Marcus Parker, Christine Hilberry, Miriam Whitlock, LaWanda Claiborne, Kenneth Slayton, Justin Reese, Nancy Gonzalez, and Laura Frank. So way to go. Awesome stuff there. Tops and app count: Tina Mejia, coming in number 10, Kalina Knox, number 9, Jeff White tied with Kalina there. Tia with 11, tying Rich O. Joanne Bailey rocking the house. Guys, Joanne is on a building tear, I gotta say. So she's locked down that building leaderboard the last 2 weeks. We'll see if she's going to get it this week. We'll see. Christine Caravangelis, 15 apps. Megan King, 15 apps. Jennifer Giovanni, 20. And while even going to Italy, Courtney Wallace, number 1, 22 policies written for the month. So, and then top key leaders: Jeremy Hicklin, almost 12,000. Jennifer Giovanni, just under 13,000. Total APV for the Griffin Shannon Master, 433,000 and change for the month. 341 families protected, well over 1 million already so far for the year. So coming up on 1,000 families protected. So way to go, y'all. Joel, you want to hit them with this one?
Bet. Okay. And agency directors. This is essentially an agency owner. This guy, an agency owner. We're looking at Christopher Goheen, 79.9 thousand. And then Dana Else, $156.1 thousand for the month of March.
Good to go. Good job there, y'all. Hit them on the base shops.
All right. As far as base shops go, we're looking at the Wallish / Casperson base shop. 35 apps, 27.8 thousand for the month of March. Griffin base shop, 22 apps, 32.8 thousand for the month. Else base shop, 47 apps, 41.8 thousand for the month. Shannon base shop, 44,700 for the month with 41 apps. Switch that one around for some random reason myself. And then King base shop, 35 apps with 54.2 thousand. Yo, shout out to Megan. I see you.
There you go. Good stuff. New writers on the base shop: Rich O with 1, Dana 1, Courtney with 3, Dave Brown 3, Griffin base shop had 6, and then the Shannon base shop. Way to go, Shannon base shop. Number 8. We had 8 new writers for the month of March. So way to go, y'all. Weekend Warriors, Joel, you got this one, buddy. You got a lot of work to do here. So hit them up.
That's why I got asked to be here. Okay. No, I'm joking. Okay, so we're gonna go from the beginning of the list here to the end. Erica Oswald, $90.36. Jamie Powers, 763 with 8 cents. Andrea Monroe, 780 with 84 cents. Nathan Elson, 798 even. Lucretia Thomas, 813 with 6 cents. Chris Ventura, 903 with 12 cents. Bonnie Waring, 957 with 72 cents. We got Calvin Tran, 1,918 with 20 cents. David Brown, 2008 with 32 cents. I'm definitely out of order here. I don't know why the 400 is up here, but
You're
404
up there, huh? Yeah.
with 28 cents. For myself, we got Zach Luckenbill. Shout out to Zach. 2,233 with 20 cents. Dana Else, 2,332 even. Kalina Knox, 3,148 with 80 cents. Aretha Pierre, 3,472 with 32 cents. Shout out to Aretha. And then Melody Glover, 3,600 even. And that's just in the weekend, guys. Shout out.
Solid weekend there. So way to go, y'all. Let's go top 15 on this one. Brad Shinovar, this is for last week. Brad Shinovar with an app for 2,043. Christine Caravangelis, an app for 20, just under 20, 400. Jonathan Anderson, 3 apps, almost 3,000. Good job, buddy. Courtney Wallace, 4 apps, 3,200 on a shortened week. Come back from Italy, maybe a little jet lag in there. I'm guessing so. We'll hear about it next Monday on the call. Bonnie Waring, 3 apps, 30, almost 3,300. Mark Taggart, an app for 3,700. Kathy Mahan, 2 apps, almost 4,000. Way to go, Joel. To be added in with your weekend warrior status and your 400 in premium. Good job, buddy. But you also had for the week last week 3 apps, almost 4,000. New writer Johnny Leftwich, so almost 4,200. Good job, bud. Dave Brown, 2 apps, 45, 72, 55. So way to go. And then Joel, you got these top 5 here. What do you got?
Let's go. The one and only Ed, Mr. Cosplay himself. We're looking at $4,650.60. We got Miguel R, 5,106 with 48 for the number 4 spot. We got Megan, 5,215, 96 cents in third. Joanne, we're looking at 7,876 with 32 cents. Joanne's time management is impeccable. I got to talk to her. And then we got Rachel Lewis, 15,000 even. That looks like a cap number, and that is amazing. So
Yeah.
shout out.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. That could be 2 apps that are way over 7,500, or it could be all kinds of stuff. Because she just could be that precise on the AP. I always love it when somebody's like 0.00, like they got the exact AP number in there. I love that. So shout out to Joanne, 10 apps for the week. Also took $100 from yours truly. We had a little challenge going on last week and she rocked it. So way to go there, Joanne. All these folks over 5K for the week. Miguel, Megan, Joanne, and Rachel. She tripled the 5K for the week. So way to go there, Rachel. New writers for the week: Amanda Christie, direct to Larry and Ann. Way to go, Tara Fanning, direct to Amber. Awesome stuff there. Michael Rodriguez, direct to Joanne Bailey. Jamie Power, she first app last week and then followed it up this weekend with several apps. So way to go, Jamie. And then Johnny Leftwich, love this guy. I think you're gonna be hearing his name a lot. So way to go, buddy. Direct to Zach Luckenbill, rocking the house last week. So last week, let's see here. We just under 100,000. We gotta keep pushing, y'all. So let's go out. I think we got a big start with our weekend warriors. So let's get after it. Definitely get well over 100,000 for the week. Top AOs last week: Dave Brown, Courtney Wallace, Larry Griffin, Griffin Base Shop, Megan King, 18,000 there, and then the Shannon Base Shop. So way to go, Jeremy Hicklin, top key leader for the week. And then we got these folks, these builders out there, right? The road to agency owner. We're going to have a little bit of a building call today, right after this one. So for those of you guys that want to build a business, you're here to build a business. We're going to have a quick call. We're going to do this once a month. kind of a road to AO call. But we're doing that right on this line right today after the call here. So Joel, why don't you hit them up? Road to agency owner. What do you got?
Let's go. Shout out to some of these leaders here. So we got Natasha Kelly, 3 riders, 2,100. We're looking at Chad Carr, 2 riders, 3,400. Amber Powell, 3 riders, one of them being new, 3,600. Christina Caravangelis, 2 riders, 3,800. Jeff White, 2 riders, 4,400. Myself, Joel, 2 riders, 5,080. Zach Luckenbill, 2 riders, 5,400. And then Joanne Bailey, 2 riders, 8,800. Wild.
Great stuff. Joanne's like, oh, this is like we should rename this the Joanne leaderboard. So
I'm telling you.
heck yeah. All right, y'all. Congrats. We were over 100 contracts out last week. Yet again, we had 122. So congratulations to y'all. Striving to hit up over that 150 mark on a weekly basis. So what that means is we're doing lots of interviews, sharing the plan a lot, right? Which is the only way to get a lot is to do a lot of times, right? So, but inside of that 122 people that were like, yeah, we like you. Let's invite them to join the team. So awesome stuff. Way to go last week. Tops for the week. Wow, she's on there again. Look at that. That's 3 weeks in a row. We need to get do like the little championship belt on there or something like that for Joanne. 3 weeks running. Everybody here had let's see. I'm just going to do the left-hand side, folks. So Amber had 1 out or 4 out, 1 back. Larry 2 out, 2 back. Dana 2 out, 2 back. And out means you sent the contract to someone, and then back accepted means they went in, they filled in their profile, or they're on board joining the team. So Zach had 5 out, 2 back. Tommy D 5 out, 2 back. Jonathan 5 out, 2 back. Way to go. Harrison 3 out, 2 back. Joel 7 out, 3 back. Emily 9 out, 3 back. Rich O 15 out, 4 back. I think you'll see a bunch more of those coming back this week, right? Courtney, even while she was in Italy, having whatever, definitely not iced coffee, but whatever else you have in Italy, all the good stuff. So 11 out, 6 back. Dave Brown 16 out, 7 back. And tops for the week, as we said, owning the leaderboards this week, Joanne Bailey, rocking the house. You guys want to make some wagers on when Joanne Bailey's going to be hitting agency owner? I think pretty soon, right? So, and then recruiting so far, we'll just go with everybody with 2 so far. Richo's got 2, Jonathan Abernathy's 2, Joanne Bailey's 2, Courtney's 2, Amber is 2, and Tommy D with 3. Ready to write already for the month of April. So way to go. Good job there, Tommy. Again, Tommy, I'm so sorry that we stole your coach. But we needed a coach here at College Park. So I'm apologies to you on that one, buddy. So all right. What'd you say?
Hopefully he does well for y'all like he did for us.
Yeah, he did pretty good. So he's starting to retain some of the folks because I think as soon as our coach left, they all entered the portal. Every player entered the portal. It's crazy. So you never know. Never know with college athletics these days. It's a different world. So Joel, have you read Secrets of the Millionaire Mind yet? You're muted. So close to talking.
I totally knew that, right? In the process of reading it, for those of you that don't know, this entire book list for the recommended books of the month, we have a Google Drive with the PDFs in there. Little known fact, there's also free apps out there. Like, for example, I use an app called Speechify that reads a PDF back to me for free. So it's like I'm creating my own little audiobook. So it's one of those things where we all got the resources. We can all read it. We all should be reading it. It's a great mindset book, quite frankly, once you actually start reading it. But yeah, make sure that you're keeping up with that if you're not.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty awesome. I have that one. So I have the CDs for that, which I don't know. I don't have a CD player, but I got CDs, which is interesting. But his audio where T. Harv Eker actually does it is one of the more animated audios ever. So it's pretty good because he adds a little commentary to it. So, but yeah, definitely recommend that one. You should be at least 3.5 books completed so far this year, right? So we lay it out for you. You know, you guys got to do the reading, but we lay it out for you. So all these foundational books for here and really for success, you know, especially in this industry. So this week's call schedule, you got the Leads Learning Hour coming up today at 3 o'clock Eastern. Wayland call tomorrow at noon Eastern. National Sales Call Wednesday, 12:30, every Wednesday. We got live dials with Ari coming up actually Tuesday and Wednesday. We added a new one Wednesday mornings, 9:30 to 10:30. So big shout out to Ari. So doing an awesome job out there dialing. Most times dialing the oldest leads we got just to show y'all what you can do. So big shout out to her. Also shout out to Zach Luckenbill, who's been he's been live dialing a ton recently. So awesome stuff. You know, proud of you, buddy. Appreciate you. New agent onboarding Wednesday, 6:30 Eastern. Rex Knight on the GOAT call Wednesday night at 7. Dana, could you tell everyone what Rex is famous for? What do you got?
No excuses with objections. He is the master on the phones. So, and I've loved every time I've seen him at a boot camp, whatnot, panel, he just literally can just tell you, here you go, just do it. So his high booking ratio and they show. So I think really mastering the phones.
Yeah, he's awesome. He was number 2 in the Champions Cup last year. So Champions Cup was top prize was 100,000 in cash. You saw it in the video. Ike Manello won that one. Rex was number 2 in all of Symmetry last year during that time frame. So you know he's a perennial rock star here. So all right. We got live events coming up. All kinds of stuff. April 12th. This one's gonna be an epic one. So only 130 speaking. So that means like there's a whole bunch of them that are going to be there. So it's in Burbank, California. If you're anywhere near that, like Southern California, LA, you know, Orange County, all that kind of stuff. It's at the Burbank Airport, but not at the airport. It's definitely in a hotel there. So, but you want to go to that one. Advanced Markets coming up. Portugal, you would know if you're going to Portugal because you would have won the AMAM trip already. New Haven. Let me know who's going to that. Everybody put in the chat too, like what state you're in. Throw it in the chat. Love to hear all of those kind of good things. So when am I going to Connecticut? Their pizza there, I tell you, it's hard. Every time I see this thing, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And everybody too, you know, like here's the thing. Every 90 days minimum, you should be going to a live event, no matter what. So everybody write that down, right? And then okay, what did you do during your first 90 days? Some of you guys might have went to, you know, one, maybe you went to Ignite. That's a pretty good one to go to. Maybe you went to something else. But at minimum, one every 90 days, right? Because two, like if your team is going to events, you have a team that's going to grow from event to event to event, right? So this is a business that's caught. It's not, you know, it's not taught. So and then we do have national conference coming up. There's a 1:30 speaking. You got Miranda, Josh Manzano, Griff, Mark Neubauer, Ryan Miller, Sean Kim, Sarah Pappas, David Alvarado, and a ton more. There's your New Haven boot camp coming up in June. This one's coming up fast. So this is what are we? Is that Friday? It's the day on the 12th. Something like that. So SWAT is coming up next month in May. Make sure you get your tickets if you have questions about this. I know Megan is definitely you know, kind of a soundboard for Nate and what's going to go on here. So definitely hit her up too. But again, lots of opportunities for you to go and level up, just like this one. So for those of you guys building a business, I highly recommend this. Getting your owner's code. A single ticket is $259. Don't spend that. With the owner's code discount, it's $200. Plus, if you get the owner's code, you have a unique discount code that can be used 10 times, right? So you spend $500 on that, unlocks new discounted single pricing. It's $199 each. If people use your code 10 times, you'll be refunded the entire cost of your owner's code. And you get reserved seating. And they have payment plans available. So Pretty awesome stuff there. So, and then they have an owner's code for 1,000 too, which is, use it 10 times, get 500 back, use it 20 times, get another 500 back. Use it 30 times, you get all kinds of extra stuff. So no limit on that. But again, this is pretty awesome stuff because it's like you can go for free basically to conference. So, which is pretty cool. Joel, tell them about Signal. What are we doing on that Signal?
So imagine probably the best, most convenient messaging app, notification app that we have set up. We have groups in there, whether it be for underwriting. We have groups in there, whether it be just for general, hey, let's just throw our sales out there. Like this weekend, it kind of turned into a little contest. And I think that's part of the reason why we had such a great weekend for Weekend Warriors. It was just like, hey, I got a sale. That person got a sale. This person got a sale. Like I'm telling y'all, I looked at that list and I literally wrote it in there. I was like, oh, heck no. I'm not about to be left off of this list. I gotta go book another appointment or something. I gotta be on this list before this weekend ends. So if you guys aren't on Signal, please join it. It's the best way to reach out, reach up to everybody, quite frankly. The best way to stay notified and the best way to kind of stay up to date with everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure you guys are joining there too, because you just don't want to be at a place where you're like, I didn't know that. I had no idea there was a call now, or I didn't know that Ari's doing live dials, or Zach Luckenbill is impromptu live dialing, or somebody's teaching on this, or there's this important call that could change my life coming up. I had no idea. The reason I like this too, because it actually looks like a text message. So like the whole app and the colors, I know Joel, you're not a blue Apple person, but it does look like it. So another reason I like it too. And I don't know if you guys noticed, you guys know what that is there. You guys see what that is in our little like Shannon Master thing? That's Marshall's house. This is like the back of his house. Isn't that crazy? Where you can like be in a business like this where your house turns into the icon for like a whole group. It's pretty wild. So all right, I think that is all we got for today. Reminder, stick around here. We're gonna be doing a builder call. If you're interested in building right after this one. Joel, where are you at, buddy?
Let's go.
Let's
Right
go.
here.
All right, so lots of good things going on Team Rivera, right? So lots of exciting times. You got lots of unique writers. You've been hitting promotions. You've been really getting after it. I got to say, proud of you in terms of the level up that you're doing. Proud of you too, just in terms of the higher level commitment. And super super fired up. So it's cool to watch. You just kind of getting after it, hitting the promotions. Lockstep. But you're also too, you're tracking everything. Like you've got a really good finger on the pulse of kind of where you want to go, and you're like, all right, looking at the numbers, good, bad, indifferent, and saying, okay, well, where do we go from here? So I love that a lot, man. That's awesome stuff. So what do you got on tap for us for today?
Appreciate it. And I, first of all, thank you for letting me host. This is my first time doing so, not taken lightly. But in its own, I actually want to bring a little subject to you guys, and I'm going to bring a couple people in here to kind of help elaborate a little bit. But the subject of the call that we're going to talk about today is the reality is. Now, I want us to think, and I want participation here. Let's get in the chat, whether you're new or an existing agent. What is a life insurance agent? What are the perspectives that we think? Type a couple options in there as I chat here. Now, the reality is a lot of us sometimes don't know what to expect. The reality is a lot of us don't even have any sales experience before this. The reality is most of us didn't know jack about life insurance before we even started. Right? So I want to challenge y'all as we go through and as we're kind of talking about this here. I want you to keep your perspective in mind, whether you're entering, whether you're on your way to agency owner, whether you are an agency owner looking to level up. I want us to keep a fresh perspective of the reality of the situation for multiple individuals along their path because I believe it's super important to, one, be understanding of those around us, while also simultaneously pushing everybody around us to always want to do better, by all means. Right. So the first person that I'd like to bring up is actually Mariette. Where's Mariette? Are you here? Hold on. I can't see you. Where are you, Mariette?
Can you hear me?
Oh, wait. I can kind of hear you. You're far.
Sounds like she's calling from next door.
I'm telling you. Say something, Mariette. Oh,
Okay. Tell me if you can hear me better now.
oh, loud and clear. Let's go. Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, this is my sister. Little known fact, right? And I'm gonna go through a couple questions here because I want you to give people your perspective when we started, what has happened throughout, what we've gone through, where we are currently. We're gonna elaborate a little bit on that, but I want everybody to listen to multiple perspectives that we're gonna talk here, and I want you to tell me in the chat whether you can relate. I want you to tell me in the chat whether this was you a few months ago, right? So let's just start off with something simple. What did you do before Symmetry?
I worked at a radiology office. I had to think about it for a second.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
Forgot about it? Hey,
I forgot about it.
we leave those bad experiences in the past, by all
Yes.
means.
By all means.
But how much sales experience did you have before you got here?
0. None whatsoever.
Okay. And how did that make you feel jumping into an opportunity like this with no sales experience?
I didn't want to do it
Okay. Why did you?
because we had conversations, and like you like to say, full circle, I got you into sales, and you were like, I'm not giving you an option. You're doing this with me.
Straight up. I told her, like, hey, you're getting your life insurance license. There's no if, and, or buts. You're getting it. How many friends and family members do we have, guys? Put it in the chat. How many friends, family members, homies do we have that you talk to them and you easily are like, hey, they would kill it here? Like, you need to get into this. And how many of us sometimes is like, oh, let me know when you're ready. Like, no, if we love somebody and if we care for them, don't we tell them? It's like, yo, what are you doing? Stop wasting time. Do this. The reality is you would love it here. So why are we delaying it, right? But moving forward, got your license. We're in. Tell me about your first dial session. How did that go?
Awful.
Why?
Just like the anxiety, I realized that I'm a bit of a people pleaser, and like I try to say what people want to hear. And it was more of I could take the no's and I could take the cursing, used to that working in the, doctor office. It wasn't like that was phasing me. It was more like I feel like I'm bothering people or interrupting people, or, oh, I'm sorry I'm bothering you type of deal. And that was what I struggled with the most.
Okay. What dial session look like now?
Um, of course, there's days where I honestly have to say, like, "Ugh, I don't want to dial today," but like Courtney always tells me, start with the hard things first, with the things you don't want to do. So we start our mornings with, after our little, 9 o'clock, we start straight into dialing. Like today, at least, I'm at 143. Got hung up on twice, which is fine. And I am not where I want to be with appointments. So it's one of those days where we dial until we put something in the books.
Let's go. Let that sink in, guys. 143 for the day. We just hit noon. I know people that haven't even had coffee yet. The reality is, how much are we willing to actually put in effort to get those results. Now, I'd love to ask you, what caused that change? You went from being extremely anxious, people pleaser. Now you're putting in all this crazy activity that by all means you're seeing results from. But what caused that change?
Honestly, the examples that everybody gives, and like it's so important to like connect with people and just seeing what is possible, right? Ariana has been like one of my biggest like examples, and I love her to death. Love being able to sit down and listen to her. And it's just been even Zach lately. I always tune in, even if I'm in the car with my kids or something else is going on, I try to like turn on that Zoom and just listen in because they give such great like examples on how to handle those calls and just the conversations having with you, with Courtney. I've talked to Sean a little bit, Ariana, Zach. Just been like that connection and that push. Sean's still
Ro-
scary a tiny bit. No.
I was gonna say real quick, I totally just realized because Courtney wrote it. I didn't even realize we're both wearing pink today. So high five.
Hey, I didn't totally not plan.
Right. Okay. And I'd love to ask you, because as we go through the mindset shift,
Oh, wait,
anybody
look.
let's go. I got a Texas hat on, so I need a Puerto Rico hat, Loki. But as we're going through the mindset shift, the reality is it's not as easy as it seems.
No.
When we're leveling up, when we're progressing, when we're raising our bar and we now have a new minimum standard, it takes a little bit of effort. It's not that easy, right? So I'd love to ask you, how many in-person events have you attended?
Oh my goodness, I feel like I've lost count.
You remember the
Every
first one?
time, yes, it was in Fort Lauderdale with Miranda, and a lot of people were there. And it was my first time.
Yeah.
Last year, right? Last year.
Yep. She wasn't even licensed. She went to an event in Fort Lauderdale's, got a chance to meet Miranda Martin, Lee Jet Lika, Marshall Whalen was there, Scott Mank was there. For some of you that may not know, these are giants in the industry. Imagine the level of exposure when you get to hang out with a couple millionaires. I'll just put it that way. The reality is you don't know what you don't know, but the more exposure we get, the closer we get. Let that sink in. And now we literally just came from an event not too long ago, right? What event was
Yes.
that?
The one in Tampa. Don't ask me names because I think I blanked out, but the one in Tampa.
And I'll give you guys a reference real quick as to how awesome these events are. How many people were there, Mary, at that Tampa event?
Handful. It felt very intimate. It was like maybe, was it 15-ish? I want to say maybe less.
Yeah, it was like 12, 15 people,
Yeah.
including leadership. So real talk, there was only like 7 or 8 people that weren't agency owners. Imagine the level of exposure that was provided at an event like that. The reality is, how much did we gain from that one event being one of the few that were there? And we got focused training, focused exposure, focused everything. Right? Now, I'd love to ask you, we've heard a little bit about how you started. We heard how things are going now. What does the future hold?
Just keep working, keep doing that MACC, right? Massive action and constant correction, trying to better myself, keep reading, keep pushing myself, surrounding myself with all of you guys and learning from you guys. That's one of the things that I love the most about what we do in this industry and Symmetry is the opportunity to learn from others, and that the people around us have a true desire to invest in you, to teach you, and to guide you.
Awesome. Appreciate you sharing, by the way. I know you were nervous when I asked you to share. But in its own, again, guys, if we could give Maria some props, some shout outs in the chat, and then if you can relate to her at any point of the journey, let her know in the chat as well, because it's one of those things that the reality is we were all there. The reality is some of us are still there. the reality is we are not alone in this journey, right? So thank you, Maria. I'm actually going to bring Daisha now. Daisha, are you there?